So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So, let me get connected the other network and then we ready to start the session for today. So, okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to reflect on this practice, and at the same time, you have to develop your awareness to know how this practice can increase our day-to-day wisdom. Because when it comes to meditation, it is not something separate from our life. So then you can apply this, all the practice to your day-to-day life, and at the same time, it is not a practice something that you gain benefit somewhere else. So you gain the benefits right now, right here. So when it comes to our day-to-day life, we as ordinary people, we all look for happiness and satisfaction. But just thinking about or wishing about that, dreaming about it, hoping about that, it's not going to bring anything to our life. So today we are going to talk about how to build up the balance within ourselves. Because when it comes to very nature of our body, it naturally well balanced. That is what we call the health. So when you observe your inhalation, exhalation, that is what you can understand. So what the body inhale and it completely exhale, that is the healthy nature of the body. So if you can, that whatever the body inhale, if your body exhale, you are healthy naturally. So in case if you are inhalation or exhalation not going to balance like that, that unbalance start to create a kind of like a physical difficulty. And later we experience it as a pain. So somehow, when it comes to tranquility meditation, this tranquility mind means the balanced mind. So before we go to analytical, critical understanding about the life, so you have to develop this balancing within you. So when it comes to that, there are certain things we have to understand as principles. Because when it is not that what we want, it is not that what we like. That is the very nature of life. So as example, whatever go to extreme level, start to create its opposite side. That's a principle. So whatever you do to the very extreme level, it start to brings its opposite side to you. So as example, as children, sometimes at home when we laugh too much, when friends gathers and laugh too much, sometimes our parents, our grandparents used to say, don't laugh too much, end of the day you may cry. What does that mean? That's the same principle. Because if you laugh too much, that means if you enjoy too much, and you may going to cry, that means that happiness, that whatever, that joy going to end being miserable. So then the same thing happened to the food also. Food we eat, it nourishes us. It is very necessary for all of us. Our whole this physical life depends on the body. This is one of the very fundamental, the source. But at the same time, the food nourishes us. If you eat too much, what will happen? It will kill you. So the same thing with the love also. As we know, the love is very common, very natural for all living beings. But at the same time, if you love to the very extreme level, what will happen? It creates a disaster. So then what you need to understand, always you have to keep the balance. But getting to that balance, it's a deeper wisdom that you have to develop, because you can't teach it. There was a king, and he had two friends, ministers. But somehow this minister did some, inappropriate work and have to punish. So the king was the person need to order. But the king was the friend. And the king thought, how I can do that? How I can kill them? How I can tell them, tell others to, to cut their head? I can't do that. So the king was thinking. Somehow, then the king thought, we'll do something. So there was a huge 2 mountains. And the king, put a rope from one mountain to other mountain. And then told to these 2 friends, so I'm not going to punish you, but if anyone cross this mountain, from this mountain to other mountain, just walking through this rope, you're free to go. So then they stay like 1 week in the prison. And then one person start to think about, we think, how I can do? It is impossible. I can't walk through this rope. Even I practice so much, I can't do this. He was worry, thinking like that. And he didn't sleep, he didn't eat, and he became so miserable. And always the fear. So other person thought, now anyway, I'm going to die. So forget about that. So he slept very well. And whatever the food that he received, he ate very well. And he just had the ordinary day. And then the time came. So the guy who used to, spend the time moment by moment, and he had the chance to cross the mountain, from this mountain to other mountain. So what he did, he didn't think about the other side. He didn't look down, and he didn't think about what is the difficulty. And he just put one step at a time. And he balanced the left and right. So then by the time, what happened? He crossed the road to the other side. And everybody watched this. And then it's wondered, even the professional rope walkers that was wonders how this guy walked like that. Then the other guy start to shout from this side, hey, can you teach me how to cross this? Because I can't do this. Can you teach me how you do that? Another guy, no, I don't know how to teach. This is the way I live. It is not something that I did. This is my life. This is what I do. It's step by step, moment by moment, I go with the situation. So when it comes to life, balance you can't teach. The wisdom you can't teach. So by the time you have to absorb it through your own experience. But our problem is, we know we need some kind of life wisdom. We need to know some life science to balance the path. But the thing is, we don't care about it. We think, I will do it, whatever happens. But when the time comes, we get panic. And sometimes when the situation comes, we have fear and we dreaming and projecting to the future, and we can't do the things. So what you need to understand. When it comes to tranquility mind means, balanced mind mean, right mindset mean, you should not set up to a certain kind of model. It's not a solid moment. Balance means not solid. If it is solid, it is not balance. So the balance means it's always adjusting moment by moment, step by step, without putting any favor to anything. It is very hard. To do that consciously, you have to have wisdom. Otherwise, you can't. Even in day-to-day life. So when it comes to your family, sometimes situations come. When you have conversations, in between sometimes children, in between the brothers, sisters, in between parents, if you don't keep the balance, if you start to kind of like become solid with one idea or one thing, it's going to create a difficulty. So then, it's developing this step-by-step moment. You have to live in the step-by-step moment. But most of time, we try to complete, we try to be perfect. You can't be perfect. As all of you know, life is not perfect. When the day comes for you to be perfect, you're dead. You can't live anymore. Why? Look at this entire universe. It's always imperfect. Imperfection is the nature of it. So if you try to become perfect, so then what will happen? Anymore, you have no chance to, you have no space to live. So don't look to be perfect. But at the same time, rather than becoming perfect, be whole person as one person in the moment. So that is different. You're trying to become perfect means it's kind of like you're trying to reach one point A to point B. But you come to the completion, becoming whole, that in the moment, you give your best to the moment. It's kind of like that you develop a kind of like a vertical structure. You go A1, A2, A3, A4, kind of like that. You go vertical. But when you try to become perfect, what will happen? You create a horizontal mindset from here to there. So in that way, always you going to go behind something, and then what will happen? You will miss the life. So life is the present moment, and you have to understand it. So if you recognize that, you bring the balance to yourself. So for that is why that you have to learn to retire. That when it comes to retirement, we have a kind of like a idea about a very negative idea. Oh, you have to get old and you have to, and give up everything kind of. No, every day, every moment, you have to learn as a science to retire. So whatever the work you do, the day when you go to bed, you have to retire from the day. Don't bring that everything to your bedroom. When you lie down on your bed, can you retire from whatever you did? You're going to have a very peaceful, comfortable moment. That's mean what? The balance. Just imagine when you go to work, and then if you carry that whole office in your head, that you're going to have a headache. So whatever the conversation having here and there, if you always carry it within yourself, where it's going to end? You don't know. It make you crazy. So just imagine you go to the mall, you go to the market. So you see many things. And if you carry that everything in your head, what will happen? Your mind go crazy. So nothing wrong that you go there. But at the same time, especially during this, the festival season, it's nothing wrong that you go shopping and, but at the same time, you have to remember, end of the day, when you leave the mall, when you leave the market, to retire from it, not to carry it with you. So maybe the situations happens. There are, we can't predict the situation. We can't create a model for a life. It's not going to happen. So whatever happens, you experience it, but at the same time, you have to retire from that moment. So that will help you to develop the balance inside. Otherwise, always you are the one who's going to be worried. Always you are the one who's going to be disappointed. So that's why always remember, the mind doesn't know any principle itself that in day-to-day life that with your thoughts, mind is very obsessive. But yourself, your consciousness, your awareness need to build up the principles. So that's why we learn. That's why the sitting, that's why meditation, that's why yourself, your prayers, your spiritual practice is very necessary, because it will help you to find the balance. So then, in day-to-day life, so whatever you do, always remember, don't go to the extreme level. That is a great discipline that you develop yourself. Even the spirit, even the meditation sometimes, even the spiritual life that what you build up. And sometimes that people go to very extreme level. They want that right away, they want the result. Right? But this is not like that. You have to understand this life means a result of many things. Then suddenly overnight you can't get result. You have to be more humble, you have to be more relaxed, you have to be more rest, and you have to be more comfortable. So in that way, little by little you develop to adjust yourself. And nothing wrong that you enjoy that whatever the moment that you have. You have to look around. You have to see that what you have is the bliss. So that is life. And that is the heaven that you have around you. If you can accept it as the heaven, then you come to the completion with the moment. But if you always go behind something, where are you going to end? There is no end. And then what will happen? Then always you're going to end up being miserable. So then in the very first level, so the balance mean one thing is you come to the completion with the moment. And then it's a moment by moment. And then you don't build up a structure. You don't build the model, or it should be like this, it should be like that. No. You experience the moment, and you enjoy the moment, and you accept the moment, and you be with the moment. You take it as the life. Don't take it as the death. The present moment is the life. Always future means the death. So you experience this as the life. Take it, accept it, be with it. And then what will happen? Sometimes you may experience unhappiness, sadness, worry, disappointment. Enjoy it. Can you enjoy the unhappiness? Then if you can do that, you know how you can find the balance. The disappointment, enjoy that, accept it, be with it. Why you want that everything to be kind of like a perfect? It's not going to happen. Why you look for everything to be always happy? It's not going to happen. If it is happen, that's going to be your end. Remember that. You know, recently that it was a viral video in this, Indian three guys, you know, BMW drive on freeway. It's like 300 miles per hour like that. And they all died. And they were enjoying and, you know, and the drive so fast, and they even themselves, they say, it's only on YouTube. It was, you know, all over the world news. They say, you know, they knew that one guy told, oh, this may be going to our end. And they was enjoying. And when you go so fast, it's going to be end. That is what happening to this all today with these machines, technology, you know, this everything fast food and everything people need fast. And people want to enjoy everything fast, you know. And this young generation, they always into so fast. And they live fast, they enjoy fast, they die fast. No, you take time, because this is a great opportunity. Becoming a human being, it's very rare. Look at the word that, you know, there's no replacement for you. You have to understand that. There's no replacement for you. You have some responsibility to then take care of yourself as much as you can. But at the same time, moment by moment, find the balance, build up the balance. So that way, when you come to the point to handle a situation, you become more comfortable and flexible with the situation. And that way, you are capable to get the best out of it. But the thing is within ourselves, before the situations come, we reject it. So that rejection creates a huge current inside us. Even the situation's not within us yet. So it creates a huge current inside us. And that current itself burn us before the situations. So that's why that one of the basketball players, and so this guy was before the game, Kobe Bryant, before the game, he was playing himself, training. And then the other team was seeing that, and it's almost ready to play the game, but he was still playing. And then others, you know, went to the locker room and start to talk and had a little rest time. And everybody thought, you know, that guy was playing, you know, he's still practice. And then after the game, that game, you know, the Kobe Bryant won the game. And then after the game, and they had the conversation. In that conversation, this guy asked, so we knew that before we go to the game, we knew you were going to win. So the Kobe Bryant told, I did it purposely. That's why before I go to the game, I beat you already. You know, that's why I was showing off to yourself, you know, that I just practice myself. So same principle come to us also. Sometimes before the situations, we already come to the decision, conclusion. And before the situation, before the things happen, we come to the end point. That is what happens when you don't have a balance. So that's why practicing meditation is bringing this balance deeper into your body and your mind. And once you nourish it with, it's become a natural wisdom to yourself. So then when situations come, rather than jumping to it, you start a little bit to step back. To do that, you have to have a courage. You have to have a strength. You have to have wisdom. And otherwise, whatever the situation, whatever the current, overtake us. So that's what happened. So that's why developing a balance yourself, not only for good things, even for anything come to our life, we have to accept it as a part of us. So then, end of the day, you will see, rather than becoming disappointed, rather than hold it to being unhappy, rather than holding to fear, you went through it, and that balance build up the tranquility state. So that tranquility state is something that yourself, that even when you come to meditation, when it comes to that the physical comfort, and you have to be very careful, even you no need to hold it to that also. That is something, you have to have sharp, very clear mind to be like that way. Because otherwise, that deeply, we are bound to our own inner emotions, our own inner feelings. We are bound to our own inner thoughts. So you have to slowly withdraw from it. And that is where you can go to the Vipassana level. If you can't do it, even you can't, kind of like you can't love for a person. You can't love to your husband or wife or children or parents or kind of like that. Why? Because you love your own idea. And that you love your own idea, you hold it to your own idea, and then you want it through others. So then what will happen by the time? When your idea change, you change the person. And you give a hard time to the person. So that way, that's why deeply when it comes to this tranquility meditation, and from the ancient time, as people didn't know how even get out of this deeper, their own mind, deeper their own tranquility state. They trap within it. So, if you deeply observe and experience and see your own mind, moment by moment, knowingly, that moment also not permanent. And that is where you can slowly create a gap. So in that gap, you are capable to deeply observe and develop analytical, critical understanding and how things come to be as they are. And you will see this everything come together as a result of cause and effect. And behind this, all the cause and effect, our awareness, our recognition is going to become more powerful, strong than any combination. So once you understand it, you get the power and you get the authority to your own life. So that way, you are capable to keep the balance moment by moment, rather than becoming crazy about the life or build up the fear regarding the life. You gain the freedom moment by moment. But it's not going to happen just by listening or just by knowing something or kind of like that. It comes through deep practice. And it's not going to happen overnight. It may take time. But still, you are capable as a human being in day-to-day life if you keep that science and you know how to develop the art of living. So in that way, the balance And another way we call it the tranquility state. Another way we call it the right mindset. And another way we call it the clarity within us. And you are the one who going to get the benefit out of it. So don't look for different life. Accept the reality and be who you are. And it doesn't matter whatever the situation. And take it as your own responsibility. And knowingly, this is going to move forward. So that way, and moment by moment when you observe while you practice, then you will see by the time there is something will transform in you. So that transformation, you have to let it come. And only thing is, you have to be open to that moment. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Let your body to balance the inhalation and exhalation. And at the same time, don't hold it to any feelings or any comfort. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, and also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ettavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribundisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hutu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bliss.